Hello, friend. My name is Vikas Jain. I am founder of The Real Education. Today, I am going to talk about one topic which has been discussed many a times when I talk to parents. That when we show concern towards the education of our kids, do we actually know that if the education is nurturing one very essential skill, which is self learning? When I've worked with top leaders and studied many others, I found out that these people are having really high level of self-learning. In different context, the same aspect is also termed as learnability. That is, ability to learn something on our own. I'll give you a very specific example. I was teaching my son, who is 7 year old, the mathematics Olympiad. What I saw, the teacher have marked the answer under the MCQ. Now, for some schools, it may be a usual practice. For this may be happening to you also. If you look at the answer exercise side of the book, you may find that some answers have been written by the teacher there. Now, the usual practice is that this is the classwork that is completed in the school, and now kid will come back to home, and his parent or probably tuition teacher will write new questions where the kid will answer those questions, and then the other person, parent or tuition teacher, will check those questions that whether they are right or wrong. This is a usual practice adopted by many schools. For some of the school, the approach may be little different. But the point here is that in this process, the very essential skill of self-learning is not developed. Because once the answers have been marked in the book itself, now this student is always dependent on somebody else to cover that concept, because to reduce the weight of the bag, nowadays schools have introduced multiple books, that there is a textbook, there is a notebook, there is a resource book or a workbook, multiple names. The end result is that with this added complexity, the student is not able to learn the concept on his own. They always need somebody external to complete that subject. And think about it, if from the very beginning we are not nurturing the self learning aspect. What is self learning? That is independent learning. That can I read a subject on my own? This may sound as a very simple thing to you, but it is very crucial. And in my other programs, I have already discussed that this very ability of basically having that self learning or independent learning impact other personality aspects also. So I hope, at least if you see as a parent, you see that in the answer book, the book, you see the answers have been marked there. I think it's a time to talk to teacher that do we actually need those, or if you are not finding some other option, then you may choose the second approach, which probably I may be choosing for my son too. That is buying another set of books, because the school may have a regular practice of putting those marks in the book, but when we have that additional book, so using those additional book, I can make my son study the concept in self learning way. If you just think about it, it can create a major change in the life of your kid. So think about it, that just focus that with the kind of pattern, the study pattern that your kid is going through, are they actually getting that scope of self learning? Do they have this ability to read at least one chapter on their own, or they are always dependent on somebody else to complete that thing? This is a very crucial aspect. With this project of The Real Education, we will we will be covering such minor aspects, but which are very crucial. And if you have any further query around this video, around this concept, that how to nurture the self learning, you can definitely write in comment, and I'd be glad to answer those queries. Signing off. Vikas Jain from the project The Real Education.